This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
And the time right now is 4:27 here on your Thursday morning. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. We begin with the latest coronavirus numbers here in the Hoosier State. They continue to decline. 9 new deaths were reported yesterday, with a total number of deaths being 2,386. New cases are at 281. And we are also taking a look at the total number of cases, which sits at 43,140. We continue to see the number of total tested positive drop. Right now, we are sitting at 10%.
And of course, we'll be hearing from Governor Holcomb and Dr. Christina Box about more young people possibly getting the coronavirus. So we'll have that coming up here on Good Morning Indiana. Something else we're following, we're looking at school plans heading back to class. We know that IPS and all Marion County schools announced that they will be heading back to class on schedule. Now, what that is going to look like, they haven't been able to let us know that just yet. They said they're going to announce in the next month. They're still making up decisions on sanitation, masks, e-learning versus being in class. So we're going to be breaking all that down for you as we get more details. But if you are a student in Marion County, you will be heading back to class on your normal start date. We do want to take a turn right now to our forecast. Todd Clausen is standing by from home. Todd, yesterday was gorgeous outside. What can we expect for our Thursday?
Yeah, you know, today's going to be another beautiful day for us, Lauren. We'll have temperatures that'll be a little bit warmer in the afternoon, but the humidity is still going to be low. That is the good news in this forecast. So here are your current temperatures outside right now in the 50s and 60s. So it was another night of great sleeping weather. 57 Logansport, 60 in Bloomington, 64 in Muncie. And Storm Team 6 radar is nice and quiet. We did build in a few isolated thunderstorms, especially in northern locations yesterday evening, but those have now since fizzled away. Today, a couple degrees warmer than yesterday. Yesterday, we were right around 80 degrees. Today, we get up to 84 degrees, and that is exactly where our high temperatures should be this time of year. And it's still comfortable today as the humidity has not come up. So get out there and enjoy today, because starting tomorrow, we're near 90 degrees. And then for the weekend, we'll bring in the humidity and the chance of storms as well.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. We are taking a look in hiring Hoosiers now. We have a sheriff's deputy up in Delaware County that Kelsey talked to, who's working to get convicted felons back to work to help improve their community and help these people get their lives back on track. She's going to have the details of that program. Plus, we'll have news, weather, and traffic coming up for you right here on Good Morning Indiana.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
I wonder how many other kids they've done it to.
A Hendricks County mom files a formal complaint against her school district. Now at 4:30, why she says they're not following the law when it comes to students with special needs. Plus,
I think people are getting confused. I don't think it's, intentional. I think it's confusion.
Drivers putting people who use the Monon Trail at risk. We're working for you with why some say it's a case of confusion. And
I think it's totally adverse to what this county is, an agricultural county.
a new recycling plant could be built in central Indiana. This morning, why community members say county leaders should pass on those plans. But first, it is 4:30 on your Thursday morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Meredith Barrick.
And I'm Lauren Casey. Todd Clausen is standing by from home this Thursday with a look at what we can expect as we head out the door. Todd, good morning to you. Great news in the forecast.
Yeah, you know, today's another great day, and you really need to take advantage of today. I told you yesterday, if you couldn't get outside on Wednesday, Thursday was your last day to really do so, to enjoy the comfortable weather, because starting tomorrow, the humidity is coming back up, as well as the heat and also the chance of storms. Outside right now, we're talking about temperatures that are in the 50s and 60s, 59 in Peru, as well as Richmond, 58 in Bedford. Just a really, really comfortable morning once again with that lower humidity. Yesterday evening, we did flare up some pretty good heavy downpours and a little bit of lightning in northern locations. Those have now faded away, as you see on the satellite radar picture, and we'll spanned out, and you notice we've just kind of carved ourselves into this nice little comfortable air mass here where the clouds and the showers are basically going around us. But that will start to break down in the coming days, and will bring back the chance of storms and the humidity, as I mentioned. But today is just terrific. Near 80 by the noon hour with sunny skies, still low humidity with high temperatures, Lauren, that'll be topping off in the low to mid 80s.
All right, Todd, thanks thanks so much. Let's take a look right now at traffic for your commute. This is I-70 and I-65 here at the North Split. Everything is moving along up to speed, as you can see. No crashes, no delays right now in downtown to slow down your commute. So let's take you up to Fishers. Good morning to you. I-69 here at 106th Street. Traffic is moving along up to speed this morning. We'll continue to keep our eyes on your roads throughout your Thursday and let you know if there are any crashes or delays.
This morning, a Hendricks County mother has filed a formal complaint with the Indiana Department of Education alleging the Northwest Hendricks School Corporation failed to address her son's special needs. Tiffany Matthews' son Alex is a 15-year-old student at Tri-West High School. He's been diagnosed with ADHD and has struggled in school since 5th grade. Tiffany says she tried to get her son extra help and to have the district evaluate Alex, but says her requests fell on deaf ears.
A very bright kid when it comes to things, and he knows quite a bit. He just does not learn the same way that they're trying to teach everybody. I wonder how many other kids they've done it to. But I want Alex to be able to get the education that he deserves. And it's not fair to him.
Tiffany's attorney says schools have to follow a federal mandate to identify and evaluate children with disabilities. We reached out to the school corporation for their response to Tiffany's complaint. A district spokeswoman says they do not comment on pending litigation and are legally obligated to protect student privacy.
The time right now is 4:33. We want to turn now to the coronavirus outbreak and its impact on Hoosiers. This morning, the state health department says 9 more Hoosiers have died from the virus. Nearly 2,400 people in Indiana have died from COVID-19 since the pandemic began. This morning, the state also confirms 281 new cases of the virus. So far, more than 43,000 Hoosiers have been diagnosed with COVID-19. And the number of COVID-19 cases in the Hoosier state continues to slowly decline, even as other states continue to see a surge in their cases. This morning, Governor Eric Holcomb and Health Commissioner Dr. Christina Box warned Hoosiers not to become careless because the state is seeing a decline in cases. Rather, state officials want Hoosiers to continue practicing good health habits. Dr. Box says it's often younger people who don't follow social distancing and mask-wearing guidelines, and they're putting others at risk.
The Department of Justice is warning Americans flyers on the internet regarding face masks and disabled Americans are not legit. Some cards have been circulating online allegedly exempting the holder from ordinances requiring face coverings. Many of these cards cite the Americans with Disabilities Act and contain the Department of Justice seal. Authorities say all official information issued on the topic is available at 88.gov. Anything else should be considered fraudulent.
This morning, we know when students in Marion County will return to class this fall, but there's still some questions surrounding the upcoming school year. On Wednesday, all traditional public school districts in Marion County, including IPS, announced they will begin the school year as scheduled. In a joint statement, the corporations say online instruction will still be an option for students. More information related to safety precautions like symptom screening, social distancing, bus services, and more, that's all expected to be released next month.
A Cass County community is weighing in on a proposal to bring a recycling plant to the area. Wales Sustainable Products wants to build a zinc recycling and production facility at the Agribusiness Park west of Logansport. This morning, neighbors say they have health concerns about the project. At a public meeting on Wednesday, some people held signs saying no to WSP. Residents say they hope county leaders listen to the community.
I'm hoping that they open their eyes and they open their hearts. The councilmen and the commissioners, I hope they finally realize what kind of opposition is behind this. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
I do not want WSP coming into this community. I think it's totally adverse to what this county is, an agricultural county.
The company says it plans to invest $110 million in the plant and create 200 jobs over time. A decision was not made at the meeting. Additional meetings are planned in the days ahead. Now, back in August, Wales Sustainable Products scrapped a plan to build a steel dust recycling plant at the former Borg-Warner site in Muncie. The decision was made after hundreds of residents expressed health and safety concerns.
A group of neighbors are taking matters into their own hands after hearing about ongoing and dangerous issues on the Monon Trail. A number of cars are turning onto the trail from 54th Street, likely mistaking it for a driveway. Some say now that Mama Carolla's has their driveway closed for outdoor seating, and it's happening even more. So these neighbors are working to raise awareness and come up with temporary solutions until the city can get involved.
We're wanting to kind of clear the area for cars to be able to see the pathway. Actually, we had a gentleman do a lot of trimming yesterday. We set out some cones yesterday, and we're thinking about actually, doing some lines so it looks more like a path instead of like a driveway.
A spokesperson for the Department of Public Works said that they are aware of the situation. The city is looking into several possibilities like temporary bollards and additional signage.
This morning, the coronavirus pandemic has put the brakes on a lot of summer internships.
We have such a rapidly growing tech industry that we want people to know about.
After the break, the program giving student internships new life and encouraging students to stay in the Circle City. Todd.
And Meredith, as you look at our satellite radar picture, clear skies here across central Indiana. You notice the storms near Kansas City and to our south, and they're making their way south of the area, and they're pushing off towards the east. They're basically going right around us, but that will start to change as we work our way into the coming days. Our weather pattern's about to flip, and not in such a good way. We'll talk all about it coming up in your Storm Team 6 forecast. The time now is 4:37. You're watching Good Morning Indiana right here on RTV6.
Hiring Hoosiers only on RTV6.
It is 4:41 on your Thursday, and here's a live look at your commute on the southwest side of town. It's a live picture of I-465, a view near Man Road, where traffic is picking up and traveling up to speed in both directions.
A federal appeals court has ordered a judge to dismiss the case against former Trump advisor Michael Flynn. Flynn pleaded guilty to lying about the FBI to the FBI about his conversations with a Russian ambassador. The Justice Department moved last month to dismiss the case against him. However, the judge in the case did not immediately act, instead asking for a review of the decision. A 3-judge panel decided the trial judge didn't have enough reason to question the DOJ's prosecution. The ruling exonerates Flynn after he tried to change his plea and claim innocence.
This morning, we're learning U.S. Attorney General Bill Barr is set to testify before Congress next month. A Justice Department spokesperson tweeted that Barr has accepted an invitation to appear before the House Judiciary Committee on July 28th. The announcement comes as calls to impeach Barr have grown. Justice Department employees are preparing to testify against him, calling his decision-making political. House Judiciary Chairman Jerry Nadler has threatened Barr with a subpoena.
The coronavirus pandemic is forcing Democrats to make changes to this year's convention. Delegates were scheduled to gather in Milwaukee to cast their votes for former Vice President Joe Biden as the party's nominee. Now the DNC committee is advising state delegates to pause any plans to travel to Milwaukee. Instead, the committee says they are working on a process where delegates can cast their votes remotely. The DNC is still slated to take place the week of August 17th. Here at 4:42, the coronavirus pandemic isn't expected to ease throughout the summer.
As John Lawrence reports, an updated model shows how being cautious and wearing masks could save thousands of lives.
If you're heading outside of the house, cover your face.
Not wearing a mask in public is like driving drunk.
The latest coronavirus projection from the University of Washington says more than 179,000 Americans will die by October 1st. And as the green line on this graphic shows, if masks are worn universally, researchers say the death toll could drop by about 33,000 more.
For pretty much every state that we've looked at, if we can get people to wear masks, we can not only save lives, but I sort of think of it as we can also save the economy because we can keep business going.
This comes as more than half of the U.S. is seeing an increase in week-to-week cases, with records being set in California, Florida, and Texas for single-day coronavirus case reports.
You need to understand COVID-19 is still here, is spreading faster than ever before.
And while the White House says progress is being made on vaccines,
I think you're going to have a big surprise, a beautiful surprise, sooner than anybody would think.
Health experts stress erring on the side of caution could be the difference between life and death.
We have early evidence that masks can reduce transmission even up to 6-fold. I think it's clear that they can save lives.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
This morning, Pacers point guard Malcolm Brogdon says he tested positive for COVID-19. In a statement, Brogdon says that he's currently in quarantine, but he's doing well, feeling well, and progressing well. He said he plans to rejoin his Pacers teammates in Orlando for the resumption of the NBA season and playoffs. The Pacers are planning to head to Orlando next month after the NBA Board of Governors approved a plan to resume the 2019-2020 season. All games will be played at Disney's Wide World of Sports.
Streets in busy areas of Indianapolis will stay closed through the 4th of July weekend, at least. That's next weekend. Mayor Joe Hoggs had announced the extension on Wednesday. Parts of Broad Ripple and Mass Ave have been shut down to traffic for about a month to allow space for outdoor dining and give visitors extra room to social distance. And Todd, today will be another great day to get out and enjoy that outdoor dining that so many places are offering.
It really will, Meredith, and you need to take advantage of today because things are going to start to get a lot more uncomfortable as we work into the weekend, as the humidity is going to start to come up. So as you look at our muggy meter here, you notice the line and how it kind of goes up and down. And the humidity is always going to be higher at night because the temperature is a little bit cooler, and that's why you see the dips. But just notice the overall trend and then the categories that we get into. We go from the very comfortable air mass that we're in today to the humid air mass tomorrow, and then to the very humid to almost oppressive air mass as we work our way into Sunday and Monday. So for outdoor dining, outdoor activities, you're definitely going to start to work up a sweat a lot quicker with the higher humidity going forward in this forecast in the coming days. Outside right now on the RTV6 Weather Now camera, as you look to the north, we are dealing with very quiet conditions and temperatures that are very, very comfortable. We're in the 50s and 60s, 58 Crawfordsville, Greenfield and Richmond at 59 degrees, 64 in Indy, Bloomington currently at 60 degrees right now with the clear skies. And we have really carved out a nice little air mass here across the area with high pressure that is firmly in control. And you can see not only the clouds, but the showers basically going right around this area of high pressure that is working its way through the area. So during the day today, we'll feature sunshine. We'll have the potential, just like yesterday, of maybe a stray storm flaring up in the peak heating of the day, but they would be very, very isolated, and you really can't count on it affecting any plans later on this afternoon. So carry on with anything that you may have going during the day today, because most of the day is completely sunny. The high temperature gets up to 84. That is our average high for this time of year, so it's just a sunny, seasonable day with a low humidity that will be around. Overnight tonight, temperatures are back down into the 60s. Tomorrow, the humidity starts to come up. You'll notice it, 88 degrees, the high temperature. As far as rain chances tomorrow, Friday, it's just really a very, very spot storm in the forecast. But the better storm chances will arrive late Friday into Saturday as a front starts to sink down. And depending on where exactly that front sets up on Saturday will determine scattered storms compared to more numerous showers and thunderstorms across the area. Something to keep an eye on. Tomorrow's high is right at 90 degrees with the added clouds and showers around Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures will be a little bit cooler, but still very, very muggy. And then storm chances continue in the forecast through the middle of next week. Lauren.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Let's take a look at traffic as you're heading out on the roads. This is north of downtown, I-65 and 30th Street. You can see everything's moving along up to speed. Very quiet there this morning, so no delays. So that is good news. Let's take another look right now. This is I-65 all the way up at State Road 32, where traffic is also moving along just fine. Right now, no crashes to report around central Indiana or the metro area, so we'll continue to keep our eyes on your roads and keep you updated on any delays.
The pandemic is preventing many college students from earning credits and experience through summer internships. Some top Indianapolis companies are creating new ways to provide opportunities for interns. More than 450 students are taking part in IndyFluence with corporations like Lilly, Roche Diagnostics, Anthem, and One America. Many of them are actually not in Indianapolis because of COVID restrictions. MIT student Aina Aru is interning at Eli Lilly while staying on campus in Massachusetts.
I think it still feels a bit strange, after I have a shower, just coming to my living room and then I'm at work. I find that endlessly interesting. I don't feel like I'm at a complete disadvantage, though. I think because of all these virtual platforms, like we're using one now, it's not that difficult to stay connected.
The 4-week program is about more than helping students. Company leaders say it is a way for interns to get to know Indianapolis and hopefully influence them to live and work in the Circle City after graduation.
The wheels on the bus still go round and round, but the bus will not need to stop for fuel. Carmel Clay School's holding a ribbon cutting to unveil the state's first electric school bus. The zero-emission bus has built by Bluebird is part of the district's initiative to move to greener alternative fuel buses. School officials say the bus is 100% fueled by electricity and emits no harmful substances into the air.
Well, there's no emissions. There won't be any fossil fuels used. So for the neighbors, for the neighborhood, plus the students on the bus, it's a much healthier atmosphere. Once we start school, we'll be ready to go. The big thing is the kids will have to be on the stop on time because they won't hear it coming.
Well, the district has installed two charging stations, including one at the bus garage. This is not the district's first go-round with alternative fuels. 24 of its existing buses are powered by propane auto gas.
It is back to the gridiron for youth football players. Still ahead, our day first takes us to a camp where players are getting legendary instruction. We'll be right back.
Plus a free adjustable base. Check. Mattress Firm.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at traffic right now. This is I-70 out near State Road 9. You can see a little bit of construction out this way, ongoing work here on I-70, but everything's picking up and traveling up to speed. No delays to slow you down.
With the state in stage 4 of reopening from the coronavirus pandemic, amateur youth sports can get back on the field. And at Grand Park in Westfield, that means football.
Yeah, it's the start of a brand new camp with some legendary instruction. More than 300 kids between all of the sessions. As Sports Director Dave First shows us, it's a grand solution for those wanting to get back.
It's the start of summer in Indiana, but inside Grand Park's indoor facility, it feels a lot more like fall. It just might be the grab of the off-season. The new Grand Park football camps led by longtime high school coach Lance Shine.
I approached Grand Park about a month and a half ago and said we'd like to somehow grow the footprint of football here at Grand Park. And talking to Will Knox and Matt Trinan, they both were like, hey, this is a great opportunity.
We've been a big soccer campus. We've had a lot of baseball, softball. We've grown lacrosse. Really want to grow the sport of football here at Grand Park, and we found that these camps will be a great starting point, especially with these kids not having the opportunity to play sports for the last handful of months.
Built from the ground up. Fundamentals first, advanced level stuff after that. And the camp comes in two waves, 3rd through 8th grade, and then after that, the high schoolers. And the instruction may get amped up a little bit as well. Look over there. The former Colts Robert Mathis and Dan Muir. Go. The two started their own gridiron gang instruction a few years ago.
My hips are turning, okay?
The 7-year NFL vet and the Colts all-time sack leader should get their attention pretty quick.
Do these guys you're working with, do they realize the numbers that you've put up as a pro? Do you respect in that way or no?
It's funny because a lot of these kids were born after I was in the league, so I know they don't remember a whole lot.
In a way, you're giving back. That's got to make you feel pretty good about it.
It does make you feel very good. I mean, especially with the big guys, being able to get these pass rushers going and these pass blockers going is good because they get neglected a lot of times.
It's position-specific training from guys in the trenches, and they just added 11-year Charger offensive lineman Nick Hardwick. Remember, he didn't even play football in high school, but
going to Lawrence North, you would have killed for this kind of instruction.
Yeah, this didn't exist. Yeah, this facility didn't exist. This kind of instruction didn't exist. The specialization wasn't really a thing.
Whether you're throwing, catching, or digging deep in the trenches, it's a summer school unlike most.
Oh, it's my passion, teaching what I know. So, kind of like to stay in my lane. If I know it, I'll teach it. If I don't, I'll avoid it.
It's just been great to see the kids run around laughing, doing what they loved to do during this time of the year.
Truly a grand time. Day first, RTV6 Sports.
All right, thank you, Dave. Awesome to see, and great to see the old Colts there helping out, and some other local players that played for other teams. All right, today, a great day to be outside, whether it's football practice, just getting out on your own. Humidity's low, 84, lots of sunshine. Tomorrow, the humidity starts to come up. You see the temperature jumps as well. 90 degrees with just about a 20% chance of a thunderstorm late in the day. Better storm chances over the weekend. The weekend's very muggy with high temperatures in the mid-80s. The time now is 4:57. You're watching Good Morning Indiana. Stay with us. We're back in just a couple minutes.